Hey guys, welcome back to Conscious Creation Therapy, Creating the Vision. Hopefully, you already saw part one because if you haven't seen part one, this next part ain't gonna make any sense to you. You're gonna be thinking, why is she? This doesn't have anything to do with conscious creation therapy. Okay, so make sure you go back and watch part one. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get started. Yes. Okay, so life hack. Stay motherfucking hungry. This is the key to the law of attraction. Listen, you guys. Listen. You have to make a decision. You have to make a decision, and we always have a choice. Don't play victim. You are not going to do well as a healer if you play victim, okay? So you can either allow the universe to be your masculine and you be the feminine so you can receive, or you can allow the universe to be the feminine and you be the masculine and you do something for the universe. Well, I had to make the decision. And it was a hard decision. It was also a logical decision too. I can't outgive the universe. I know I want to say that I can, but yeah, I ain't there just yet. So I made a logical choice and said, no, 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 universe, you're going to be the husband and I'm going to be the wife. Now, if you are a male listening to this, I don't care what you are. I don't care if you got three penises hanging in between your legs. You ain't going to be able to outgive the universe. You're just not. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So the healing art is a feminine art. It really is. It is a feminine art. So you better stay hungry. And when you put your body into the state of fasting, it's like an antenna. It's like an antenna. Beep, 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 beep. I don't know if antennas do that, but beep, 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 beep. And it's sending out a frequency. It's sending out a vibration. And it's saying, I'm ready to receive something. And what the universe is going to do, it's going to check your consciousness, your mind, and say, hey, what is this person looking to receive? And if your conscious mind is stuck on pain, that's what you're going to get. If your conscious mind is stuck on how many bills you ain't able to afford, that's what you're going to get. But see, fasting has a way of discarding and pruning all of your distractions. That's why I do it. It prunes all of your distractions and gets you it's like diving down deep. And in every ocean, the treasure is never found on the surface. The treasure is always found on the ocean floor. Fasting gets you down to the ocean floor where the treasures are. So when you find the treasures, you bring that stuff back up into the conscious seat of your masculine energy. And then the universe says, oh, okay, I see what you want. See, the universe responds to your conscious mind, not your unconscious mind. I know. Like, shit. Like, damn, why didn't somebody tell you this information? Didn't nobody tell me either. They didn't tell me either. And they was wrong for that. But what you have to respond to, you have to respond to your subconscious mind. See, you have work to do. You let the universe handle your masculine energy, and you go ahead and you handle your feminine energy. And when you balance the two, oh my God, life gonna get so beautiful for you. Ooh, it's gonna get juicy. It's gonna get real, real juicy. Now, I hope that you did what I said and you took the time to write down exactly what you saw. Write down what you saw, not what you think. What you saw is what you need to write down. I made the mistake in conscious creation therapy of once the vision came up from my subconscious mind, then I started filling in the blanks with stuff that was in my conscious mind. No. Let the universe do that. Let the universe do that. What you need to do is just keep diving deep for treasure. And when you keep diving deep for treasure, then you bring that up. So it doesn't matter how many times you need to do this exercise. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Like, allow your subconscious mind to really see stuff. Go to your closet. That's what I did in my CCT. I went into my closet. I wanted to see what type of clothes I had up in there. I went into my bathroom because I was having sex up in there. So I went into my bathroom. I got to see what that looked like. Guide your subconscious mind. Hey, subconscious mind, let's go and explore our kitchen. Hey, subconscious mind, where are we working? Hey, subconscious mind, let's look at our bank account. That's what I do. And that's what you need to do too. Be hungry about what you create. I'm always asking my subconscious mind, what treasures you got? What treasures you got? What desires of my heart are buried deep within you? I want to know. I'm hungry for them. Because this life of slavery that they was trying to give to me, I don't like that. I don't like the fact that I was trying to lead somebody else's life and that shit don't work. I want something that's right, tailor made for me. I want something that is mine by divine design. I want something that's mine and that ain't for nobody else. I don't want nobody else's life. I want what's for me. So stay hungry. Okay. Now, choose your costume. Listen, guys. Now you may not believe this. You don't have to, but I'm kind of like, this is a simulation. And if this is a simulation, I'm going to create some shit that I'm really going to enjoy, but not trying to be funny. But the CIA did release records saying that it was a simulation, but I'm not going to, that's neither here nor there. So I'm going to leave it alone. But shit, play, choose your costume. You want to be a coach? What kind of coach you want to be? Have fun with it. So let's go over some of these costumes right here. Okay. So right here, we have the costume of the healer. And all of these people are healers. You don't have to agree with them, but they're all healers, okay? Because healing comes on a spectrum. It does. You got to decide where you fall in that spectrum, okay? Now, these are, what are these? Witch doctors or something like that. So witch doctors. This guy right here, he played in a movie called The Princess and the Frog. Yes, he played on a Disney movie called The Princess and the Frog. And he was a voodoo priest. That's what he was. Dr. Felicitars or something like that. That was his name. And then right here you have the witch doctor. Okay. So these are two different kinds of witch doctors. They really, really are. Okay. This witch doctor, you see him peddling on the street corner. That's what he's doing. He's peddling on the street corner, and he is wanting to gain power, and he is wanting to gain money, and he is doing it through magical shortcuts. That's what he's doing. Okay. So people come to him that don't want to pay the full price. And because they don't want to pay the full price, there's always a fucking consequence. Always. Ask me how I know. If you don't want to pay the full price, there is always going to be a consequence. There's always going to be some type of side effect that you don't want to deal with. And you have to deal with the side effect because you don't want to pay the full fucking cost. Okay. Now, this doctor right here, this witch doctor, look at his costume. I'm sorry. Look at his costume right here. Okay. This guy's costume is clearly saying, leave me the fuck alone. That's what it's saying. Like, let me stay in my hut. You see all this stuff I have on. The executives of corporate America ain't gonna really come see this guy. They just ain't gonna come see this guy. Okay. They just not. Okay. Now they might want to, when they visit Africa on their hunting safari or something like that, they might pass by a village just to take a peek in, but they ain't really trying to get guidance from this guy. And guess what? This guy don't want to guide them at all. This guy wants to be left alone. Now you need to think about, before you choose the costume, how these people are getting paid. That's what you need to think about. Because like I said, if you want to be a successful life coach, you need to figure out the kind of money that your costume is going to garner. Now, this guy, even though this costume is impressive, this is impressive. And it does say, get the fuck out of my face. And I like a little bit of that. That's why you see this stuff on my face, a little bit of it. I don't go all in like that, because that guy, his people try to pay him with 2 chickens and a rooster. First of all, I'm scared of chickens. And you can throw roosters up in there too. I don't like them either. I don't want to be paid by that. I don't want to be paid by that at all. I want my Zelle account. I want my bank account to be going ching ching ching. That's what I want. So that costume ain't gonna attract the type of clientele that I want. However, if you have no desire for money, like physical money, that might be the best practice for you. If you are the type of healer that just wants to live in a cabin somewhere out in the woods, off the grid, yeah, you need to kind of roll like this. Now, I'm not going to come visit you. Okay. But I respect what you're doing. Okay. Then, okay, we got the witches over here. Actually, Maleficent is actually dark fae. She's actually dark fae, but in the movie, yeah, there were fairies, but they're also kind of known as witches. Now, let's talk about the backstory of a witch. The witch always has the backstory of being hurt by some man, being hurt by masculine energy. If you remember the story of Maleficent, she was in love with somebody and he betrayed her. He betrayed her. He took her power from her and she was furious. And the witch um, has kind of like the mantra of, I'm going to get your motherfucking ass back. I'm going to get you back. I'm going to use my anger to fuck your ass up. Now, here's the thing. Revenge sometimes is needed. And revenge can be healing. It really, really can. It really can. Look at Ursula right here. You see Ursula in The Little Mermaid. Well, let's talk about Ursula's backstory. Ursula's backstory is that she's actually King Triton's sister. She's King Triton's sister, and King Triton didn't want to share power with her. He didn't want to share power with her. So what he did is he took her out of the crib as a baby and tried to drown her in the sea. That's what happened. He tried to drown her in the sea, but the sea was looking out for her and drifted her kind of like the baby Moses and put her into a fisherman's village where she was adopted by a local fisherman, and he loved her. He absolutely loved her, but she wasn't common. She wasn't common. She was magical. And as she grew in age, the people was like, something's different about this girl. We don't know what it is, but something's different about her. And they would always tease her and bully her to the point where she tried to kill herself. And she jumped off a cliff into the sea. But she came from the sea. So it ain't going to kill her. It actually showed her who she really was. And her figure morphed into that of an octopus. And she saw who she was. And then she began to understand why she had powers, right? So she went back to the village, and people was like, why the hell you didn't die? And they knew that she was different. So they called her a witch, and they tried to hang her. They tried to hang her. And the fisherman that loved her, who was her father, said, you're not hurting my daughter. So they took ropes and they chained the ropes to his arms and his legs until they tore him apart. And in her pain and sorrow, Ursula unleashed the fury from hell. She unleashed the fury from hell, and a mighty storm, a hurricane, a tsunami arose from the ocean, and it started killing all of the people in the village. Now, when this happened, King Triton, her trifling brother, and I do say trifling, he comes back and he's like, who has this much power that they can command the sea? And he realizes that his little baby sister didn't die. So he goes with his army and arrests Ursula, calls her a monster, and puts her into prison in the sea. But she escapes, and then she ends up living in a cage. Now, this is the costume of the witch. The witch seeks revenge to heal her heart. That's what she does. But when her heart is healed, she transforms into something else. That's what happened to Maleficent after, instead of killing baby Aurora, she raised baby Aurora. She transformed, and then she got her wings back because her heart started healing with love. That's what happens to the witch. But sometimes revenge is needed. When you have lost everything and you are in a state of despair, this right here can be healing. So choose, if you want that to be your costume, choose it. That costume used to work for me. I was very, very powerful when I was angry. Very, very powerful. But I couldn't stay there. I couldn't stay there. That's why this group is called the Evolution of a Healer. I could not stay there. And I didn't really like the clients that it brought me. They was all mad all the damn time. And I just, I just got tired of hearing these horrible, horrible, painful ass stories. So that's not my costume, but that could be your costume. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. Here we have, this is the sage, the shaman. This right here, see, sage and shamans, they are responsible for understanding the wisdom of the ancestors. Shamans understand the wisdom of plants. That's what they understand. Whether they are cooking, they understand how to use, like, create certain dishes to heal people with their cooking, or they'll find mushrooms, or they'll use cannabis, or they'll use ayahuasca to bring people to a different level of healing. They they access DMT. They help bring you to a higher level of consciousness. Now, I have a little bit of the shaman in me. This woman right here, this is Grandma Tolly, and she was on the movie called Moana. She was on the movie called Moana, and she was known as the village crazy lady. Well, like they said in Alice of Wonderland, the crazy people are always the best kind because they actually really, really do see. Okay. And Grandma Tolly understood what was happening with nature. She was very connected to Tafiki, which was Mother Nature. So shamans and sages, they are connected with the pulse of this planet. And what they are trying to heal is the pulse of this planet. And they do it by bringing people to higher levels of consciousness. Now, here it is. Grandma Tolly comes back to Moana as an ancestor. She has ascended to a higher level of consciousness and she is still guiding other people. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Shamans are so needed. So necessary. So necessary. So if you are a shaman, this is your costume. This is your costume. You also have to determine that people are going to kind of look at you strange. Okay. Shamans, like the typical shaman, is out in the woods somewhere or on an island somewhere. They're typically not really, really out in the public eye like that. They're just not. But people do come and see them when they want an experience in a higher level of consciousness. Shamans are, they're so powerful. They are so powerful and so needed because people need to recognize that they are not just this physical body. That's what shamans help people to recognize. Now let's talk about this next costume. This next costume is the costume of the wizard. Right here we have Dumbledore. He was in the movie Harry Potter, okay? And right here we have Gandalf the Great. Yes, Gandalf the Great. Now, wizards, they don't really care about money either. They really don't. What wizards care about is respect and prestige. And wizards gain their magic not through the bloodline, like this guy right here. This guy inherited his magic from his bloodline. Same thing with witch doctors. They inherit their magic from their bloodline. Wizards are not like that. Wizards actually perfect magic through years and years of training. They typically train under somebody, and then they begin to understand, just like the shamans. Hey, this tool right here can be used to access this magic. They don't have it in their bloodline, but through years of study and being meticulous, they have wisdom and they know how to use the elements for their own benefit and for the benefit of you. Okay. Now, as I said, wizards don't really care about money. They just don't. They care about respect and prestige, but they do offer a level of healing, okay? Because they have wisdom and wisdom heals. It just does, okay? Now this next group right here. These people are what I like to call the guru, okay? They're the guru. And these people are all about seeking balance. They want you to be balanced. They want your feminine to be balanced with your masculine. The world is going to know about these people. The world is going to know about these people. Now, these people are kind of like the people that I kind of like to mess around with. Like, I kind of like that he got like this little tattoo in the middle of his forehead and stuff. I like that. I dig that. It's kind of weird. But if you ever saw Airbender, you saw the consciousness of his spirit. He was such a beautiful soul, but he could play like a child. I love that. Absolutely love that. And here we have Saj Guru. Saj Guru. Okay, so Saj Guru, you see him right here. He has his costume on, this long white beard, and he has white eyebrows, and the eyebrows are black underneath. And then he has his perfectly coiffed hair. And then he has his hair matching his outfit. This is a costume. Because if you caught him on the weekends, he's out there riding his Harley and cussing folks out. I absolutely love him. He talks about sex, and I bet you anything that his bank account is filled. I bet you it is. It just is. So you got to choose your costume. What works for you? What, and like, you go to your vision, you go to your 2-year vision and look at it. Were you in a cabin? in the woods somewhere, or if you're in a cabin in the woods somewhere, then maybe the costume of the shaman and the sage will work for you, or maybe the witch doctor will work for you, or maybe the witch will work for you. But let's say you were in a high rise somewhere, then this one right here probably ain't gonna work for you. Okay, it's just not gonna work for you. Let's say you were on an island. Let's say you were in Costa Rica, living a bohemian type lifestyle. Then the costume of Grandma Tolly might work for you. Let's say you were at a university and you had all these these apprentices under you. Then the costume of the wizard might work for you. Does this make sense? Let's say you had a lot of women that were crying and they were bringing you, you know, some toenail clippings from they lover's big toe and some hair from his nostrils or some shit. Okay, then this might work for you. I'm not judging you. I'm not. It does sound judgmental. I'm sorry, y'all. I am who I am. But you got to choose the costume that fits the vision that you created and crafted in CCT. I hope that makes sense. Okay. And I will see you next time for how to choose your market. That's going to be a great, great class. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.